Chosen one, this is all thanks to you. We are grateful to you. What you've carried, what you've endured, what you've stood tall in the face of has not gone unnoticed. This message is an offering of deep gratitude and powerful recognition, not just from those around you, but from forces far greater than you've imagined. There is an undeniable truth at the center of this moment. Everything is shifting because of your obedience, your resilience, and your unshakable light. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are honored. Chosen one, this is not the time to step back. This is the moment to take it all in. Breathe in what you've built with your integrity. Feel the vibration of thankfulness that is circulating back to you now from unexpected places. Watch this video until the end. It holds messages written with your name on them. And in the comments below, release your warmest wishes into the universe and comment 99 to affirm the energy of what is coming. This chapter is about gratitude, yes, but also about the power of wishes fulfilled. Something divinely activates when the chosen one dares to believe again. So believe, wish boldly, and declare it. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. You have been standing in the gap for generations, whether you know it or not. What you broke through didn't start with you, but you were the one destined to end it. And because of that, a new legacy is now possible for your family, for your bloodline, for the people connected to your frequency. This isn't simply about what you did. This is about who you are. You were the one brave enough to love purely when betrayal felt easier. You were the one disciplined enough to keep going when the path disappeared under your feet. And you were the one humble enough to take the hits and still not boast when your enemies stumbled. All of this has created a ripple that reaches into places you'll never see. But the rewards are now coming into view. Chosen one, the truth is many never expected you to make it this far. You've been counted out more times than you can remember. You've been overlooked, passed over, underestimated, and talked about. And yet, you remain not because of their validation, but because of your internal compass. Because of something far deeper and more eternal than ego, you remain Dayland with something divine. And that's why the gratitude that is pouring in right now is not shallow or temporary. It is sacred. It is eternal. It is encoded with reverence for your sacrifice. Everything you've done in silence is now echoing in higher places. The nights you cried alone. The mornings you rose when your spirit felt like quitting. The times you showed up for others even when no one showed up for you. All of that built a spiritual weight that heaven cannot ignore. And I know heaven is responding, not just with words but with action. Doors are opening that were once locked. Opportunities are being drawn to your name. Miracles are being scheduled with your coordinates. Because this isn't luck, it's alignment. It's the law of divine return at work in your life. This is all thanks to you, chosen one, because you never stopped believing in what was right, even when it cost you everything. You are the reason someone else still has faith today. You are the reason someone didn't give up. You are the reason prayers continued in households where silence once reigned. Your energy, your presence, your soul. It has been a healing agent too. People may never have the courage to tell you directly. But that healing has been recorded in the invisible, and now it is being rewarded. This season of gratitude is not just symbolic. It is tangible. You will feel it. You will see it. You will experience it. And the confirmation will be so specific that you won't be able to deny that it is connected to your faithfulness. You didn't just make it through. You shifted the entire timeline. You shifted what was meant to collapse. You upheld what was meant to rise. You were the bridge. And without you, many would still be lost. Chosen one. The gratefulness that is returning to you now is carrying treasures with it. Yes, material things, but also clarity, healing, understanding, reconciliation, vision, renewal. The things you once thought were stolen from you are making their way back in upgraded forms. This is not recovery, it is transformation. You won't just get back what you lost. You'll receive what you didn't even know you deserved. This is what divine gratitude looks like. It looks like a table being prepared in front of those who once dismissed you. It looks like elevation without explanation. It looks like blessings that break logic. You will walk into rooms you once only saw in dreams. You will be spoken of in meetings you've never attended. You will find yourself in moments where you'll pause, smile, and whisper, "It was all worth it." Because it was. And more importantly, because you were worth it. Stay steady, stay grateful, stay anchored. Don't shrink now that the spotlight is finding you. Don't retreat now that the blessings are becoming public. You've already proven you can be faithful in private. Now you're being trusted with favor in the open. Let it pour, let it flow, let it rain. You're not taking anything that doesn't belong to you. You're simply receiving what has always been yours by divine inheritance. And let it be known, this is just the beginning. The first wave of gratitude is only the announcement. What's coming next will be the harvest. You're stepping into a field that has already been planted and watered by your own tears, effort, and prayers. Now the fruits are appearing, and your only task is to walk forward and gather what is yours. Chosen one, we are grateful for your light. We are grateful for your consistency. We are grateful for yours. You didn't have to say yes, but you did. You didn't have to endure, but you did. You didn't have to rise, but you did, and now everything is changing best of it. Your reward was not delayed. It was being preserved. Now it's being released. You are not average. You are not forgotten. You err not behind. You are not lost. You are seen. You are held. You are celebrated. And if you've ever wondered whether it was all worth it, hear this now. Yes, it was. Yes, it is. And yes, it always will. We are thankful for you. The world is better because you chose not to give up. The spiritual realm is brighter because you stayed on path. And the generations after you will rise stronger because of what you built. Stand tall, chosen one, because the gratitude rising in this moment is eternal. There was a time when your presence didn't seem to matter to the people around you. They overlooked you not because you lacked value, but because your light was too pure for those still trapped in shadows. What they didn't realize, however, was that your silence was no weakness. It was sacred power in disguise. And now those who also bypassed your essence are watching the entire atmosphere shift in your favor, because the truth always comes back to the surface. And truth is, you were the key all along. Chosen one, there are some victories that only make sense in retrospect. You are walking into the kind of breakthrough that will reframe your past. What once looked like failure will now shine as evidence of divine orchestration. You'll begin to understand why the delay was necessary, why the rejection was protection, and why the isolation was a secret sanctuary. These weren't punishments. They were divine strategies preparing you for a reward that couldn't be corrupted by shortcuts or validation seeking. We are grateful to you because you chose the narrow road when the wide one was more praised. You chose integrity over popularity. You chose purpose over convenience. And that choice created a future so bright that even heaven paused to honor you. You may have done it afraid. You may have done it tired, but the fact is, you did it. You crossed the invisible barrier that most turn back at. And because of that, this world will never be the same. Now you're being celebrated in rooms your name was once erased from. You're being remembered in places where your presence was dismissed. That's the irony of divine timing. It always arrives when people least expect it. And it vindicates those who never asked for applause in the first place. But here's the power of this moment. You didn't seek the spotlight, but it's finding you. Not because you begged for it, but because it belongs to you, chosen one. The magnitude of your impact cannot be measured by likes or numbers. It is woven into the spiritual fabric of existence. Your words, your presence, your choices. Each one carried a frequency that shook something loose in this world. You may have never heard the thank yous you deserved before. But now the echo of gratitude is circling the globe, sent from people whose lives were touched because you kept showing up. There are souls who never met you, but they were changed because of you. There are timelines that shifted course because you aligned with truth. And there are silent prayers being lifted for you right now. Prayers of thanks, prayers of joy, prayers of honor. Not because you demanded recognition, but because your very existence demanded light. That's the mark of a true chosen one. You're not just admired. You're spiritually acknowledged. And now this wave of thankfulness is coming with blessings. Not just compliments, but tangible confirmations. You will notice favor increasing in unusual places. Things that once required exhausting effort will now open easily. Doors that stayed shut for years will suddenly swing wide. Not because you changed who you were, but because you remained who you were, and the universe has no choice but to respond. You taught others how to be better just by being yourself. You inspire people to happy gain without even knowing it. You held the line when chaos tried to drag everything into despair. And now theater is being restored. Your name is being highlighted by the divine, not for performance, but for purity. You never had to be loud to be heard by heaven. You never had to beg to be seen by destiny. Your quiet strength has always been enough, and now the reward is public. Take this moment and allow it to pour into your soul. You've poured out endlessly. You've given even when your cup was nearly empty. You've spoken life even while you were hurting. But now the cycle is changing. You're not the one giving alone anymore. Gratitude is coming back around. The very energies you sent out are finding their way home back to you. And this return is rich. It's divine. It's majestic. Let this be your confirmation. The way you carried yourself mattered. The way you honored the unseen mattered. The way you didn't retaliate when you were provoked, that mattered. You've planted seeds in realms you couldn't see. And no harvest is growing where you least expected. And the harvest has your name on it. Chosen one. You are remembered by the heavens. You are held in honor by the ancestors. You are applauded by the divini. All because you said yes to something greater than comfort. You said yes to your calling even when it hurt. You said yes to your growth even when it was lonely. And every yes you whispered until the silence became a bridge for others to cross into their light. This thankfulness that is falling now. It's holy. It's not ordinary. It's not transactional. It is sacred appreciation. It is a deep bow from the universe to your soul. The kind of recognition that no man can give you. The kind of honor that no spotlight can imitate. This is the realm of true reward. And you've entered it. You're in it who you used to be. You're not in the same season. This is a divine thank you. Wrapped in transformation, you're being upgraded in identity, in status, in visibility. You're walking into rooms where people will sense your royalty before you say a word. And that inner glow you carry, it's going to light up entire spaces without explanation. That's what happens when the divine says, thank you. The appreciation being sent your way is supernatural. It's going to come through people, yes, but more than that. It's going to come through divine alignments, financial blessings, healing, moments, and effortless favor. You will be taken care of in ways that make you stop and smile in quiet awe. Not because you manipulated the process, but because you trusted the process. And that trust is what unlocked this moment, so receive. That's your instruction now. Receive the gratitude. Receive the honor. Receive the blessings because you've earned them in the most sacred way possible by choosing love over ego, truth over convenience, and light over noise. And when you live like that, the whole universe becomes your ally. This is all thanks to you, chosen one. Because without your obedience, some things would have collapsed. Without your faith, some people would have lost their way. Without your consistency, some doors would have stayed shut forever, but you stood up. You took your place, you carried the weight. And now the reward has arrived. Let your spirit rejoice. Let your heart breathe. Let your mind relax. You've crossed over. And nothing can reverse what has been declared over your life. You are loved. You are seen. You are thanked, chosen one. You are walking proof that faith can rewrite stories, that love can repair what logic sighed was beyond restoration, that discipline and silence has the power to cause eruptions in the spirit world. You've made decisions that didn't make sense to the people around you, but they made sense in the eyes of the divine. And now, as all eyes begin to turn in your direction, it's not about popularity. It's about purpose being fulfilled in real time. Gratitude is not always loud. Sometimes it's felt in the air around you. In the way people soften when you speak, in the sudden alignment of events that bless you without explanation. That's what's happening now. This is what divine gratitude looks like. It bends timelines, it alters atmospheres, it elevates you beyond where your effort alone could have taken you. And chosen one, you're living it. There are people who will never fully understand the depths of what you carried. That's okay. You are never meant to be understood by everyone. You were meant to be used by the higher realms to bring light into chaos. And the very fact that you're still standing after all you've endured is not just a testament to your strength, but to your divine assignment. You were built for this. And now the appreciation of heaven is speaking your name in rooms you've never entered. This is no longer about survival. That chapter has closed. You've proven you can endure storms without losing your purpose. Now begins the chapter of thriving. In your essence, fully, freely, and without shame. You are not being tolerated. You are being celebrated. You are not being given crumbs. You are being honored at the head table. The shift is permanent. The gratitude is deep, and the favor that is coming is tailored to your soul's design. There is a something glorious about being seen for who you really are. Not the watered-down version. Not the version that had to shrink to make others comfortable. But the version that radiates truth, speaks boldly, and walks in alignment. That version of you is now rising with divine confidence. And the world is responding because when you step into who you are, you give others permission to do the same. You didn't try to take shortcuts. You didn't manipulate. You didn't betray your own soul to be liked. That matters in ways far beyond the human realm. Because what you built was pure. And what is built in purity is honored in power. And that power is now being returned to you tenfold. It is showing up as peace you can't explain, as opportunities that feel too perfect to be random, as joy that doesn't take a reason. This is gratitude in action. You are the reason, and we are grateful. You are not lucky. You are aligned. You are not rising randomly. You are ascending with purpose. And what's so powerful about this moment is that you didn't need applause to stay faithful. You didn't need a spotlight to remain consistent. You served from the shadows and now you're being crowned in the light. That is what makes your rise so rare, and that's what makes your impact so long-lasting. Some people are blessed because of who they know, but you are being blessed because of who you chose to become. Your character attracted this shift. Your loyalty attracted this harvest. Your truth attracted this honor. And no one can steal it, delay it, or distort it because it is locked in by the divinity and sealed in your spirit. Look around, can you feel it? There's a difference in the way the atmosphere feels when gratitude surrounds you. It softens your steps. It sharpens your vision. It makes you magnetic to everything that belongs to you. And that's the space you're walking in now. You're not chasing, you're attracting, you're not asking, you're receiving. Because the energy you once gave away is coming back in waves clothed in abundance. Chosen one, your presence is no longer just important. It's required. What you carry cannot be duplicated. Your frequency is rare, and that rarity is what makes you essential in this time. The very heavens are orchestrating scenarios where your voice, your heart, your essence will be the answer someone has been waiting for. That's the level of power you now walk in. That's the depth of gratitude we feel for you. You are the one who stayed when others walked away. You are the one who helped, even when your own needs went unmet. You are the one who gave light without expecting anything in return. And the universe has been keeping score. Not to punish others but to bless you, because what you gave wasn't wasted. It was planted. And now those seeds air blooming into miracles. Watch how people begin to treat you differently. Not because you changed, but because your value is finally being recognized. Watch how opportunities begin to form around you. Not because you chased them, but because they were always meant to find you. You're not in the realm of maybe anymore. You're in the realm of definitely. And what's definite is this. We are grateful to you. Let yourself rise now. Let yourself receive what's been trying to reach you. The inner critic that once held you back has no place in this elevation. This is not the time to question whether you're worthy. You've always been. And Now you're walking into a chapter where that truth is undeniable. Not just to you, but to the world. The gratitude coming from every angle is a mirror to remind you of how far you've come. You've risen above trauma. You've healed beyond what broke others. You've remained kind even when it felt like cruelty had the upper hand. And that kindness. Your beautiful heart is being rewarded now in ways so specific, so detailed that you'll know this could only be for me. You're not alone in this journey. Even if you walked some parts solo, you were never forgotten. You were seen, protected, elevated in silence. And now as the gratitude flows and the blessings rise, you'll realize everything that felt overlooked was actually being prepared. You were never behind. You were just being hidden until the right time. And this right now is that time. So move boldly, speak confidently, accept the praise. Walk in the overflow. This is not arrogance. It's alignment. You're not taking more than you deserve. You're finally accepting what has always had your name on it. And that's what divine gratitude does. It teaches you how to receive with grace. You were Theon chosen to carry the heavy mantle. You were the one chosen to walk through the fire. But now you're the one chosen to be blessed in ways that erase the scars of the past. This isn't compensation. It's elevation. It's divine recognition. It's sacred gratitude. And it belongs to you, chosen one. You didn't just survive the storms. You redefined what it means to weather them. While others collapsed under the pressure, you learned how to breathe through the turbulence. You didn't just hold on. You rebuilt while the winds blew. You rebuilt yourself, your mindset, your spirit, your future. That kind of resilience is not ordinary. That is legacy-level strength. And now you're beginning to feel what it's like to live under a sky that no longer reigns in you, but reigns for you. We are grateful to you, not only because you stayed standing, but because you stayed true. You were tested with temptations to compromise your values. You were tempted to blend in, to play small, to mute your truth, and yet you stayed fully yourself. Do you know how rare that is? Most people forget who they are to survive, but you remembered who you were to rise. And that memory, that consistency is bearing fruit in the most beautiful ways. There's a quiet revolution happening in your favor. Not everything will be loud, but everything will be felt. The shift will come in the ease, in the sudden flow, in the peace that surprises you, in the smiles that find you when you didn't even know you needed one. The universe is thanking you now, not with noise, but with alignment, with placement, with perfection. You didn't force this season. You attracted it through truth. You've walked into places carrying light that didn't belong to you alone. Your energy carried answers for others. Your presence was medicine for rooms filled with hidden pain. People didn't always say it, but they felt it. Some walked away from you without ever realizing how much you were keeping things together, but heaven saw. And heaven remembered. And now heaven is responding. There's a celebration happening in the spirit for you. A celebration not for the version of you the world tried to mold, but fourth version that refused to break. The version that cried and still created. The version that doubted but still moved. The version that questioned but still obeyed. That version is the true. And that you is the reason the gratitude flowing now cannot be reversed. You didn't become who you are by accident. It was all intentional. Every delay was carving your character. Every heartbreak was sharpening your discernment. Every closed door was redirecting you into divine accuracy. You've arrived here with more than just a title. You've arrived with truth. And truth carries weight. It carries power and it carries blessing. The ones who laughed, they're silent now. The ones who competed, they faded. The ones who copied, they've disappeared. Why? Because only one you exists. And the weight of your authenticity cannot be mutated. That's why you're still standing while others have vanished. That's why doors are opening for you with ease now. Because the energy behind them recognizes the original frequency of your soul. You are a walking reminder that staying aligned is never wasted. That doing the right thing when no one is watching is the most powerful move. You weren't trying to impress people. You were honoring your calling. And now the rewards are not just financial, they're generational. You are shifting patterns. You are redirecting bloodlines. You are creating new norms where dysfunction once lived, chosen one. Everything that's about to happen in your life is a reflection of the gratitude your soul has earned. You're going to see how your presence shifts atmospheres, how people pause when you speak, how energy rearranges to accommodate your entrance because you're no longer the version that doubts their power. You've seen too much. You've overcome too much, and now you own your light without apology. There will be people who try to reconnect with you soon. Not because they value you, but because they finally realize what they lost when they dismissed. You will have the choice to respond. But remember, gratitude is sacred. Don't spend it where it isn't reciprocated. You're not being arrogant. You're being intentional. Your presence is precious, and now it must be honored. This is not season to explain your growth. It's the season to live in it. You don't owe anyone a breakdown of how you got here. You don't need to convince them that you've changed. Your energy speaks louder than your words now. Your glow says more than your history. The evidence is undeniable. The harvest is visible and the gratefulness is irreversible. Let the blessings chase you now. Let favor overwhelm you. Let the divine responses show up in places you weren't even expecting. You've done enough seeking. This is the season of being found. Being found by the right people, the right opportunities, the right joy. You didn't fake anything to get here. You faced everything to get here. And that's why what's coming cannot be stolen or stopped. We are grateful for you because you've made the impossible possible. You've shown that grace can be fierce, that softness doesn't mean weakness. That kindness is not naivety, it's a choice made from spiritual maturity. The world is just catching up to what heaven already saw in you. And know that the world is seeing it too. The elevation is multiplying. Expect restoration not only of things you lost, but of the strength you spent keeping others afloat. You'll feel your vitality return. You'll feel your creative fire come back. You'll notice that the energy you used to give away is now being poured back into you from divine sources. You'll notice that people who once drained you are no longer attached to your orbit. This is not by chance. It's by divine design. The universe is decluttering your life to make room for the blessings that have been circling your name. And these aren't small blessings, these are magnitude level shifts. The type of miracles that rewire your mind and reshape your routine. Y'all won't have to force anything anymore. Everything that belongs to you will recognize you. And everything that no longer aligns with you will quietly fall away. Chosen one. You didn't come this far to question your worth. You came this far to receive what your worth has summoned. And that's what this gratitude is really about. It's not just a thank you. It's a transfer, a handover, a divine exchange. Everything you gave is returning to you in refined form. And this time it won't leave because it's anchored in the work your soul has done. Let the world shift around you. Let the light bend toward you. Let the rivers part before you. You're not just the receiver of gratitude. You are the reason it was released. The world needed someone like you to remind it what integrity looks like. And you answered the call. You became the standard again. And for that, we will never forget you. You've shown us what it means to carry divine energy in a human body. You've shown us what it looks like to remain whole when everything tried to break you. And now the response to your obedience is unfolding before your eyes. You didn't just change your life, you elevated the collective vibration. And that's why this is all thanks to you, chosen one. There is something divine happening behind the scenes of your life. And this time, you're not the one doing all the work. The energy has shifted. The table shape turned. And now grace is working for you. Grace is amplifying your name, securing your favor, and making sure that those who overlooked you now look again, but with eyes of reverence, not judgment. This isn't karma, this is confirmation. You carried a light that others tried to dim. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your very presence exposed what they weren't ready face in themselves. Still, you didn't fight back with bitterness. You didn't retaliate. You didn't give up. You let the pain refine you, not define you. And because of that, Your life is now a living expression of divine thankfulness. There are destinies connected to your survival. This goes far beyond personal victory. You shift the path of others just by choosing to keep walking. You prayed not only for yourself, but for those who couldn't find the words. You cried out on behalf of generations who suffered. In silence, you healed where others broke. And now heaven has authorized your restoration in full. Gratitude in this divine context is a force. It is moving mountains in your favor. It is creating shortcuts through seasons that once felt never-ending. It is gathering resources, people, and opportunities and placing them directly in your path. This isn't random. This is gratitude as a weapon of breakthrough.